Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. You're either here for the YouTube or for the reselling. Either or, welcome. My name is Candace. I am not only a brand new YouTuber, I'm also a brand new online eBay reseller. And I say those two things hand in hand because those two things for me and my business approach go hand in hand. I decided to start this channel at the exact same time that I started my online eBay reselling business for many reasons. One, I love making these videos. It's an amazing creative outlet. I get so much joy making them, and I have always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I just didn't really have an exact direction on how that would go. And when I was planning to start my online eBay reselling business, I couldn't find much other content that is like the content that I produce. So there was what I found an area and a space for me to kind of enter into. I was like, okay, well, I don't see very many other people I can kind of compare my new business to, because a lot of online resellers that make content, they're really experienced and they offer amazing and excellent advice. It's where I learned most of what I've learned so far. But I was kind of looking for something more that I could see the beginnings of, you know, the ups and the downs and the sales and the profit take homes and the shopping trips and all that stuff. So here I entered the YouTube world with this idea. And so that's why they really just go hand in hand. That is what my channel is solely dedicated to, is my journey starting my online reselling business on eBay. A few things for this video. I want to tell you kind of what my qualifications are for creating YouTube content, how I create the YouTube content, and my performance so far, my road to monetization, which happened in 47 days. I'm so grateful. I know there are so many channels that work for a really long time before they become monetized, and so I feel incredibly blessed to have gotten there. There's a couple of things that I've done, and I'm not a YouTube expert. I don't have extensive understanding, research, and knowledge in YouTube analytics, but what I can do with you is I can share with you what it is that I have done, and then you can take with that information what you will. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. First thing to know and understand about monetization on YouTube. There are two metrics that you have to hit monetization for AdSense. And I say AdSense specifically because there is like a baby tier that you can hit before to like start monetizing, and you can start monetizing through, I think it's called supers and a couple of other things. I'm not familiar with what those are. I didn't even venture into trying looking into those. And I think there was a possible like subscription type thing. I'm not sure. This is not the video to explain that to you. That one, I think you have to get 500 subscribers and I think 3,000 watch hours. So that's not what I'm going to be talking about in this video, because I did not go down the path of what those financial earning opportunities were. What I am going to talk about is the next part. So once you hit, this is like the monetization bridge of like, now you're in and you're like making money off of the ads that come on your videos. It is 1,000 subscribers. And then not only do you have to have 1,000 subscribers, you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time. I think my story is very similar in a lot of others. I believe that I hit the subscriber count first. So I hit 1,000 subscribers, probably around week 3 or 4. And then I didn't hit 4,000 hours of watch time until that day 47. So I was kind of waiting on the watch time on my content to catch up with the rest of that. I only produce long form content. I don't have any shorts that I have done. I'm not against making shorts. It's just not my strong suit. And so I've just not done them yet. So all of the content that my viewers had an opportunity to watch was just the long form content that I had put out. My first video that I launched was on July 26th, of 2025. And it wasn't until 15 videos later that I reached that 4,000 hour watch mark. And that is 4,000 like hours of people watching your content. And so that's a long time. That's a lot of hours that people need to be viewing all of your content. And that came off of 15 videos that are all averaging around 20 to 30 minutes. And so they're pretty substantial in time. And so that doesn't mean though that every single time someone clicks on one of my videos that they watch all 30 minutes. I think my average duration time in my videos, I think is around 11-ish minutes. And that's not to try and dictate whether you make an 11-minute video or not. I think there's just a lot of times that people click in on a video, it's not what they're expecting, and they click out, and that brings that average down. Also, I can't tell you how many videos that I personally have been watching on YouTube, and I'm in the middle of an episode of it. I'm like 12 minutes in, and then, oh no, I got to go do something else. So I try not to fixate too much on that analytic of like it being an average watch time. So far, it seems like my performance has been proven to be successful in the approach that I've had of creating videos that are in that range. I do better at long form content because I feel like I can fully flesh out ideas and do a complete video. I feel like if I was going to be making some shorts videos, or if I was going to be making shorter content, like content that's 5 to 7 minutes or less, those videos have to have a lot less to them, and you kind of have to rush a little bit more to the point. And I do believe that there is a avenue for that. That's just not the approach that I've been personally taking. Next, let's talk about my experience. I am not professionally educated, or I don't have work experience or trained in making videos, YouTube video producing, anything of that sort. When it comes to sound, audio quality, any of that kind of stuff, I am not professional. And hopefully this is two things. One, it's encouraging to you if you're a person who has little to no experience, but also in the same breath, know and understand that if I did have professional experience, I do believe that I would have not hit that wall of learning curve that happens right out of the gate. I think a lot of things would have been a lot easier for me and a lot quicker. Because at the end of the day, you have to figure out how to, the filming part for me is easy. I use my phone. So first off, I use my phone for all my filming. I know there's some people who use really nice cameras, and maybe down the line I would upgrade to a nice camera. Right now I use my phone, and I use my phone on like the selfie mode. So whenever I'm filming myself, I just flip the camera thing around so I can see myself. It helps me work faster that way. And I know that I think that if you flip it the other way, it's a higher quality camera. I don't think that there is a massive difference. If you do and you think that there is, and you're a professional at this, please comment below and let us know, because maybe I'm just doing it all wrong. I'm not sure. But I do believe that I'm still having the ability to pump out, quality enough content where you can see me clearly with doing it on selfie mode. So camera is what I'm using first off. Second off, I am using, per my husband's suggestion, because he made some really good points when I first started my channel. He's like, if people cannot hear you and people cannot see you, they will move on. So if you're a person right now thinking to yourself, you want to start a YouTube channel, but people can't hear you really clearly in your videos, then you should really consider, and I'm pointing to it now, investing in a really nice microphone. And I'll put the microphone here so you can see what one I bought exactly. But that, I think that is like right out the gate. You definitely need to invest in, good audio. And then visually speaking, if you're going to be filming yourself in your videos, people need to be able to see your face. So right now, I'm circling around, I'm using an O-ring light. And you can see my face is lit up, and you can clearly see me, and I'm not being, taken over by any other lights that are around me. So this is not a professional setup, and you'll watch other videos that have really awesome, like super impressive, over the top setups, and I aspire to be that someday. I am just like brand new, right out the gates, aspiring to always improve. And this is what I'm starting with. My O-ring light cost me 20 bucks. I'll put the price of this as well up with that. I'll put the pricing for all of it up here. So O-ring was the investment for the light and the microphone, and then I'm just using my phone. So just so you kind of understand what like my startup costs were in regards to, launching a YouTube channel. Back to me talking about my qualifications. So I was talking to you about how qualified or unqualified I am for making YouTube videos. It's really not about you being super qualified or not super qualified. Really, I think what the heart behind making YouTube videos is there a need for your video? And are you willing to produce that content? And then 3, are you willing to figure out how to produce that content and get it out there? And it's the how part at the end that can be a big learning curve for people like myself who've never professionally made videos and published them in this setting. I am not totally inept to technology, but if something's newer, it kind of takes me a minute to try and learn it and get the hang of it and whatnot. I do use the app I was talking about, the Video Up app, and it's super friendly to use, easy, and I had purchased it. $35 a year is, I believe, what I pay for it. $35 a year. I was reading the reviews, and I wanted something that was going to be well reviewed and easy to use, and that's what a lot of the reviews had said on it. So I am here to say, at first it took me a while, but now I am much better and much quicker from day one of editing my first video to now. With all that being said, now you have a good understanding and scope of my channel, who I am, what I bring to the table, and the type of tools I use in order to produce my content. I think it's crucial to have a good understanding of people's background and the type of setups they use, just so you can kind of gauge at what your access is and your talent and experiences that you bring to the table when making a video. So I think we're all going to have different roadblocks along the way. Mine personally has been a technology roadblock on learning how to, edit content. I think my very first video I put out, this is embarrassing to say, but I'm going to say it, probably took me like 7 hours to edit. Oh, I know. And it was not that long of a video, and it wasn't that crazy. But I really just jumped in, I guess, and I was trying to figure out all the functionalities on the app and just going back and forth. And then I think I had I had done something in one part, and then I accidentally removed a 30-second chunk, and then it messed everything else up. It was a mess. I still made it through, and that's okay, because this is what I hear. And I'm here to also say this. Your first video is going to suck. Just know it and just own it and just be there for it. It's okay. Oh, man. But anyways, with all of that being said, now you have a good understanding at my setup. Let's go ahead and talk about the numbers, and let's get into the breakdown and the analytics, the money-making part, and how much I've earned so far on YouTube. So I launched my very first video on July 26th, and then it was 2 times a week that I was posting videos. So that was my commitment. So I set up a schedule. I said to myself, okay, if I'm going to go in, I'm going to go all in. And everything that I had researched beforehand, watching videos just like this, said the same thing: post consistently. And I did. So I posted 2 times a week, it was like once, like either on a Monday or a Tuesday, and then again on like a Thursday, Friday, or a Saturday. So 2 times a week was what I had committed to. And from the 2 times a week, I got all the way to video 15. And that is the video that sent me into that 4,000 hour watch mark and turned on the monetization mode for my channel. And that was on day 47 on September 11th. Drum roll, please, because on my very first day of ever being monetized on YouTube, I made a whopping $2.65. You know what? I am so proud of that $2.65. It is crazy to me still that I get to make really awesome and fun videos and I'm getting paid for it. It's super cool. So $2.65 was my very, very first day of monetization. You will see here on this chart that I have like an up and a down, an up and a down, and I cannot give you technical terms to what that is exactly, but what I can basically explain to you is you see a peak basically around every time that I post a video. I get a surge in viewers because I have new content out, and that's why you see a surge in earnings. And I'll kind of go along the line here so you can see each day what I'm making on each of those days. So the most I've made on a day so far has been $25.75. Woohoo! You better watch out because I'm making millions here and the dough is rolling in. I'm just kidding. It is a great, great, great start to what I hope to be a really promising financial venture for me, hopefully in the next coming months or year to come. Next, I want to give you the total number of the money that I've made so far. So I am recording this video around almost at the 3-month mark. So I'm going to be publishing this video here soon. And it's okay to give you just kind of like that round number. So 3 months in, I started my channel at the end of July. We're towards the end of October right now. And the final number of all the money that I've made so far, and I've had kind of the ups and downs on different videos that I've performed in various ways, is $354.83. Woohoo! I am so incredibly grateful for that. That's crazy. I know you guys are thinking to yourself, the amount of hours that you have put into this canvas is insane. And that is very true. I'm here to testify. There is a lot of unpaid hours that you have to put in before you start to see the fruits of your labor. And if you are someone who really enjoys this, then it is totally worth it. If making videos is tough for you, if you do not enjoy talking to the camera, I don't know if this is going to be something that you will enjoy or find worth your time. Okay, so just to put it in context here, I started my eBay business, and alongside that, I started making videos with it. If I wasn't making money on the videos, I'd still be making the videos because I enjoy it. They're so much fun for me. And so where those videos would end up, I'm not sure. I have a personal, social media account that I use that I kind of share with friends and family. Maybe they would end up there. I'm so grateful that I'm able to share my experience and my content with people around me, and I'm starting to earn money off of it. My ultimate goal when I first started my YouTube channel was to hopefully make it profitable so that I could take the money that I earned from my YouTube channel and feed my eBay reselling business, the costs associated with that to shop for goods to resell and all of the other business startup costs that come with launching that type of a business. To find out more about that, you can check out my channel and learn all about the startup costs. So anyways, that is it in the scope. I have made, $354.83 so far. I hope to continue to make more. I will update you at some point in the future. And I hope that this video was helpful to you, whether you were just curious as another online reseller, or if you're looking to start a YouTube channel yourself. Either way, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.